Okay, back again. I hope every time I put that up, I hope everyone stretches like that.
JYubbin360 says I have question and I need people to get ideas.
Okay. Mission 4, Programming Essentials. Oh wait, what just happened? In this mission, you'll program a simple interactive experience where you control a character in a living room scene and move around to collect objects. You'll be able to choose from a variety of characters and collectible objects. In our example, we'll use a robot vacuum that maneuvers to pick up dirt around the room. That sounds fun. I love vacuuming and picking up dirt. Start mission. Maybe I should have looked at the... Let's see what they got. Game objects, manage game objects with prefabs, create a game object component with a script, work with game object components. Execution of code with common logic structures. Compose scripts that utilize various APIs, implement appropriate data types, write code that integrates into an existing system, cultivate a code style that's efficient and easy to read, prototype new concepts. Interpret basic code in a Unity code base, improve simple code using the features of an IDE. Identify the default elements in a new scene, create game objects, transform game objects, components and scripts, control the appearance of game objects, employ basic physics for game objects. Components and scripts, yeah. I like reading these little preview things because I always ask myself when I go through the list of these types of things, can I do that? Do I know how to do that? How would I do that? Thank you, whoever followed. Programming essentials. Add a movement script. Select the player character and create your first script that allows you to control it in the scene. Create a game object component with a script, work with game object components, configure a Unity camera for a scene. This mission will program a simple interactive experience where you control a character in a living room scene and move around to collect objects. Choose from a variety of characters, collectible objects, and room, use vacuum robot. Yeah.
Learning to program in Unity opens up limitless possibilities for interactivity, allowing you to develop unique and engaging experiences. Depending on the code you write, you can make a puzzle game, an action adventure, a product configurator, a VR simulation, and so much more. To learn the essentials of programming, you'll bring an interactive living room scene to life, where the user controls the character to collect objects. First, you'll create...
I was thinking, maybe brown wasn't the best choice of color for this.
Collect objects.
Maybe a different
First,
color would have
you'll
been
create
better.
a script using some provided code that allows you to steer your character around the room. Next, you'll write your first line of C# code from scratch to make a collectible object rotate, learning about key programming concepts like data types and variables. Then, you'll dive deeper into scripting by making the collectibles disappear and spawn a particle effect when the player collects them. You'll need to learn about new functions and if statements to achieve this.
Yeah, this addition of the section to Unity Essentials is a big improvement from the one from last year. They finally added coding.
94 says nice idea of a game, be an automated vacuum cleaner.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually pretty cute, I'll be honest. I think it's pretty cute. And also, so in the previous version of Unity Essentials, as far as I remember, there was almost no coding. They just didn't... Instead of this section, they had a whole section about, Unity is such a cool... such a cool 3D system. Here's why. And they didn't really, teach you skills. They were just kind of, showing you, look at all these people that have jobs now because of you. It felt more like an advertisement. Oh, hello, Ghost. Hi. Look at all the people. So many peoples. Yay. Alright, what was I?
Now,
But yeah, finally, it's good. It's good to introduce people to coding earlier on, I think, because once I finally did get to it, it was really overwhelming, I will say, because of everything they had to do. There's nothing related to code, and then all of a sudden, they're like, now code the spawner, now use the quaternion. I'm like, what the hell is happening? I was used to just using the UI, and then they're like making me use quaternions. That's actually what happened. It was a lot. It was a big jump. Yeah. And then I stopped. But now I'm back. And I'm ready to tackle these things or try my best to.
let's jump in and start coding.
JYoven360 says, how do you? I want to ask that.
Do what?
Code from scratch to make a collectible object rotate, learning about
In this first tutorial, you'll add your first lines of C# code to your Unity project. Steer your chosen character around the room. Cute, cute, cute. It's okay, I don't think I actually need this project because I could probably just, with the project I have open, like put these scripts on stuff. I can just like summon a cube or something and like put the script on here if I really wanted to. But maybe like the particle effect and stuff is I don't know what that's going to be like, but maybe I would want to do that with this actual project. I don't know. Open the programming scene. Ooh. First thing you need to do is open the new scene for this mission, which is a simple living room environment. Project will navigate central scenes, living room programming scene, double click. Just to view this 3D scene to see the room interior layout from a good angle. Add a player to the scene. The next step is to add a player to the scene. This player is the character that the user of your game will control. In this living room scene, your player can be one of the following: a robot vacuum, a toy car, getting stars. Oh, you can choose it. A wind-up mouse finding cheese, an alien in a UFO collecting gemstones. Oh, that one's really cute. It's up to you which one sounds the most fun. In the project window, navigate to Unity Essentials, Prefabs, Characters, and browse through the options. Click and drag your chosen character into the scene near the main door on the left. Avoid double-clicking the prefab in the project window because this will open prefab editing mode. Instead, simply drag and drop it into the scene. If necessary, rotate the player by 90 degrees on the y-axis so that it's facing the center of the room. Where's this door located? In the hierarchy window, rename your chosen character to player for clarity. Oh, I see what it means now. 90 degrees. Create a new player controller script. It's time to create your first C# script. C# is a versatile programming language that's widely used for developing a broad range of applications from web to mobile.
Brennan94 says, I'm interested how the mouse looks like.
Yeah, I'm curious too. I wonder if it's like a wind-up toy mouse or something. Imagine it's just a computer mouse that like runs around on the ground and collects cheese. That'd be cute. From web, mobile.
Brennan94 says LUL.
For game scripting, your first script, which is just a document with code in it, will be named Player Controller. In this script, you'll define how your player interacts within the game world. It was going to be really funny. No, I know they're not going to do this, but it would be funny if there was just a huge block of code. It's like, first step, just copy this. Now hit the play button. That's like all they're going to show you. That would be kind of messed up. They wouldn't. I know they wouldn't. There should already be a folder inside the scripts. Folder name provided scripts. Ignore this folder for now. Oh, so they will provide some things, but it's okay. Right-click in an empty part of the scripts folder and select Create C# script. With the script's name automatically highlighted, immediately rename this new script Player Controller with a capital P and C. It's important to get the name correct right now. Renaming it later can cause problems. Press Enter to save the script name. You'll see the code of the new blank script in the inspector window. Notice that the name of the file is included in the code. That's why it's important to spell the file name correctly. If you make a typo in your script name or have to rename for any reason, it will be easier to just delete it and create a new one with the correct name.
Brennan94 says that's the typical YouTube coding tutorials, haha. They always skip explaining and just say
true.
Just do that.
This will fix it. See, where I don't really mind that is if I'm watching like a video about like, oh, like I don't know, my browser is being weird or crashed or my computer won't turn on, and then they're like, do this, it'll work, and then it works, and I'm like, I'm fine with this. I don't even need to know why. That's the only time I don't mind. If it's like IT stuff, I can't be bothered to like figure out like why the hell the thing doesn't work. But it's kind of sad when it's done for like coding stuff, because then coding's all about problem solving. Then it really, it matters. Why? Those are the questions. Like, why does it work? It's so dissatisfying just to like copy paste something and it works, and then not to know why it works.
Brennan94 says the why and the how is key.
Because if you don't know the why and the how, then how would you be able to ever make something like it yourself? All you can do is... The only skills you learned was how to hit Control C and Control V. I need more. I think it's really cute how, Unity has...
Brennan94 says my only skill is copy-pasting code for a calculator.
You're funny. My only skill is... Oh, just kidding. There are none. I like how UG Learn has all these like very short little videos. I like how they divide each section into like very, very small chunks. It's really nice. Touch. And then also, I always kind of wondered, like, how do I... Like, I like how their mouse has like a thing, so it's like easy to see where it is. If I could... I would do that if I could. If I had, I don't know if they're using a piece of software for that, or if there's like a thing in like settings to make your mouse easier to see like that. It's cool. Apply the script to the player game object. Next, you'll apply your script to the player object. Here's a fun fact. In Unity, the scripts you write in C# are components, similar to the rigid audio source and other components you've worked with. The difference between the components you create and Unity's built-in components is that your custom components are editable. In the project window, find the player controller script you created in the scripts folder. Try to skip on the player character in the scene view. Nothing will appear to happen after you do this. In the hierarchy window, select your player game object and verify that your player controller script has successfully been added at the bottom of the inspector window. Remember to save your scene, Control S, yes. I kind of didn't realize you could just grab the script and drop it onto what you want it to be on, though. I didn't know you could just do it like in that way. Wow. Open the player controller script in a script editor. Unity doesn't allow you to code directly in the Unity editor. Oh, thank you. I'll take a note of that.
Renadin94 says Microsoft has a software called
Thank
PowerToys which has a
you.
mouse highlighter function, if you ever want to look into that.
I kind of don't like the name they picked for that, but because like if someone's going through my computer and sees the name of that, but whatever, it's fine. Where's well, it has a lot of cool features.
Renadin94 says haha, well it has a lot of cool features.
Oh, cool. So it's more than just a mouse thing, but just like lots of other power toys. Windows. Circle animation on cursor. Oh, on control, but I want it to be there permanently. Utilities, I see.
Renadin94 says yep, a lot of utilities. Powerful toys indeed.
I see. Oh, hey, Snowy, you're here finally. Snowy, hi. I don't know. Maybe you're just lurking, but hello. I was talking about you earlier. Okay, where's my phone? I want to write down power toys. I just realized, like, I'm about to write on a note. I need power toys. On my phone. Times where is it though? What is it? Oh, there it is. Wait, hold on. There's some notifications I need to look at. Ah, okay. Cool.
Renadin94 says it is a screen ruler function
Oh,
which I
that is
sometimes use
cool.
when developing UI, cause you can
Perfectly.
see if buttons and stuff are aligned perfectly or not.
Cool. Yeah, that seems like a really useful tool. There's a tool that I need to download that is like a timer that people use for like speedruns and stuff, but you can use it for like lots of things, like just to see like how long you've been doing something for. So I forgot its name, but I have it saved, so oh yeah. I'm getting so distracted. I need to write down power toys. Or you wait, who cares about a phone? I can just open text. I can open like a note in Notepad. I mean, I'm literally on a computer, but I'm acting like I've never been on a computer in my life. That's not good. Power toys. See, imagine like showing up to a coding interview and you're like, wait, I need to get my phone. I need my smartphone. They're gonna say to you, like, actually, it's fine. Go get your phone.
Renadin94 says LUL.
They'll say, go get your phone. Just don't come back. Or you'll go out to get your phone and then the door will be locked and you can't get in. That's worse. So the next step is to open your player controller script in a separate script editor application.
EE4 Ryan says XD.
Aw. Well, if it's like a mobile game company, then they'll probably, you'll get some brownie points for that. Perhaps. But in any other case, yeah. There's an insider. But you may not have realized it at the time, but when you installed Unity, you likely also installed a separate application called Visual Studio, which is a code editing application, also known as an integrated development environment or IDE.
Garcus says I had a person on job interview who asked if he
Aw,
can
that's
use Google for the
cute.
coding task.
And you said, no, good sir. Not this time. But yeah, that is probably not a good look. Or, maybe he was joking. That's what you do. When you say something dumb afterwards, when you realize it, you're like, I'm just kidding. And then they won't know. Unironically impressive.
Brennan94 says at Garcus unironically impressive behavior.
Yeah, I was gonna say. You're right, because if programmers, if their job is just to be very good at Google searching, which I've also heard, then just let them do it. Let them show off how good they are at Googling. Like, time them. Literally use a timer. And then the applicants that Google the fastest can rise to the top, of the list for consideration. There you are, Nsweep. And you saw Unity, like, also tells every application, yep. IDE. And I don't know, I got screwed up like a week ago and called it, instead of an IDE, I mixed up IDE and IME. I'm like, oh, I don't really like using this IME. No, it's IDE. Like, shoot. That also is not a good look if I was in an interview. It's like, am I allowed to use an IME?
N_sweep says how's it going today? You've been doing some real marathons, lol.
Well, thank you. Going good. If you see me doing extended streams, it's a good sign. If I'm like gone forever or just doing like really, really short ones or barely streaming at all, then not good sign. Good. Streaming brings me great joy. And I've got to meet, I'm really lucky today. And some days just nothing happens, and that's okay too. But there are also some days where just like I meet a lot of people where they just show up. It just depends on whether the Twitch gods and the coding gods want to bless me or not. Like you, Renadon. You're so cool.
Brennan94 says something that I sometimes find more useful than Google nowadays is using
has
AI chatbots like Copilot. It gives you similar results than you'd get by Googling, but often faster. Sometimes you get false information though, but it has its moments.
It has its place. I think it's always nice having just another tool in the toolbox to use. You can go through Google, can't find your answer, you can go through ChatGPT or any other AI thing, maybe you'll find your answer. There's the traditional places to ask online, and there's lots of just places you can begin looking, and that's nice. This IDE is where you'll start coding the behavior of your player, character. A script editor, such as Visual Studio or Vim, provides you with tools and features to write and manage your code efficiently. Yep, locate the player controller script. New topics.
Brennan94 says I've used it to help learning new topics, which has actually been great.
Yeah. The most useful thing, like, I found for it, but then again, you can also, a lot of times, like, find this type of information on Google and, like, I was gonna say consolidate, but like when you, like, read multiple sources and you kind of, like, put all the information together in your head to give, for, like, a general overview of a topic. I guess ChatGPT can make that a little bit faster, and it can give you an idea of what topics you need to look into. And that's nice. Yeah, like a
Garka says
direction.
AI is nice to get a direction to go in
But
if
then
you are really stuck.
you're right. If you ask for
though
like
the
very
output
specific
code is
details,
sometimes major hallucination.
and then the hallucinations and stuff. And if you're like a beginner, you won't be able to tell what is and isn't a hallucination. That's the problem I ran into when I used ChatGPT for
And
coding
underscore
at
sweep
the
says,
beginning.
yeah, the more I use it, the more hallucinations bite me later on.
And actually, I learned a lot of like false things about how Unity works from ChatGPT when I first started, and it really
Renadin94
was hard
says,
to
yeah,
like
absolutely.
figure out what was real information and what wasn't at the time. I think ChatGPT is more powerful in the hands of someone who's not a complete beginner for what they're trying to learn. Because then it's easier to determine, like, okay, that's probably hallucination. Or that seems a little sus. I need to look into that more. So yeah. What was I? Me too. Take a script, edit project window, double click the script file. It may take a while to open the application the first time. When that opens. Oh yeah, if you're using Visual Studio, it definitely may take a while. That's why I'm using Visual Studio Code. But the IDE opens, default starter code that generates anytime. Create a new script. Don't worry if your IDE doesn't look identical to the one shown in the demo videos. If the script doesn't open. Okay, that would be kind of funny if someone uses a different IDE and then they're like, oh no, mine looks different. It's because you use a different IDE. That's the point. If the script doesn't open in an IDE, follow these instructions to install Visual Studio. Or it'd be funny if it opened in like Notes or something, like the default Notes editor. And then they thought it was an IDE. I don't know. I don't think maybe it can't do that, but it would still be funny. These instructions to install Visual Studio, relaunch Unity, try opening the script again. This is VS. They're talking about like they're wanting, they want people to use Visual Studio, but they're using VS Code. Nice. No wonder they have that warning. Don't worry if your IDE doesn't look identical. Copy and paste code and save. Are they really? They really are gonna. I was joking before when I said about like imagine they have you copy and paste a bunch of stuff and hit play. It was just a joke. It's like what?
Orkamus says, hey guys.
It was a joke. I was joking. As I want to say to Unity right now, like it was just a joke, bro. It was just a joke. Come on, it was just a prank. Oh hi, Archimus. Actually, you're gonna do it. All right. Just like any other what you said, like the classic tutorial. In this step, you will infuse life into your player character
and underscore sweep says at Urkamus, hey guys, hey guys.
I think they should have me re-edit this. In this step, you'll infuse life into your player character by adding some copy and paste it code. This code contains the logic for player movement. Cool. Oh, well, they did say pre-written, so I mean that's the same thing. To start, you'll copy and paste all the code from a completed script, overwriting the code already in your script in its entirety. This is what programmers do. Imagine that's what all you had to do was just copy and paste, and that is the job.
Renadin94 says,
but the paste is the same. That's the important part.
I see.
Yeah, they're gonna probably explain pieces of it over time. Maybe not here.
Orkamus says,
we'll see.
It is just like that.
It's just like that. Oh yeah. Hi, Orkamus. Oh no, maybe I said that, but I've already forgot with my short-term memory. Oh my gosh, so many people have come. Yay. Today. To start, you'll copy and paste all the code from a complete script, overwriting the code. I read that. Wow. Later on, oh, that's why you said this, because you read one sentence ahead of me. Later on, you'll take more time to understand the code and write it line by line. Copying and pasting code, then adjusting it, is actually a big part of every professional developer's workflow. They're like, it's fine, this is what you do, so it's fine if we do it. In your IDE, in the playercontroller.cs file, select all the code either by clicking and dragging with your cursor or by pressing Ctrl A, then delete it all. I mean, okay. I was gonna say you could just copy and paste it and then Command A and then just paste it in and then it will just, you can skip this step probably. Select all the code below, then copy it with Ctrl C. In the script editor, paste this code into your new empty player controller script, Ctrl V. Why am I'm literally like, but I have to. I'm just a completionist. I'm like reading. I'm literally reading the instructions on how to copy and paste to everyone who's like a professional. Like, by the way, guys, you Control C. Next step, go to the code editor, Control V. Oh, what am I doing with my life? Do some of the docs. Yeah, this is definitely the docs. It's important stuff that no one's ever seen. Okay, write it down. It'll be on the test. Write it on.
Brennan94 says Control C, Control V.
Writing this if you forget, I'm gonna find you where you work and find everything about you. I'm gonna send all this information to your employer so they know you forgot. Control C, Control V. Save your change by pressing Control S. Amazing.
Brennan94 says LUL Nubu.
There should be no errors about underlines in your code. If there are, make sure the player control script is spelled correctly. It's spelled in the project window. In the editor, enter play mode. It's true. I do kind of remember the first time I learned about Control C, Control V. So many years ago. And it was new. Well, at the time, I remember, it was such a long time ago. But I probably learned about Control C before I ended up, in the future, learning about
Garcus
Control V.
says some of us use Y to copy.
What? Really? Wait, what is LY? My dude. Sweep.
N_sweep says
what is this
my dude.
LY? I've never heard of this. What is KB?
Says, I like retyping it all cause my KB is nice. Smiley face.
Oh no! Oh! You got it.
N_sweep says it's a Vim key binding LUL.
Oh damn! How to know if someone's actually a hardcore programmer? LY.
Brennan94 says yeah, I'm not a Vim user.
I'm not a Vim user either. I use Microsoft Word, the best one. What is copy?
N_sweep says what is copy?
Well, if you visit my stream, we don't, whatever this yank is, we don't yank, we only jank. I know PowerPoint is also pretty good. You know, it's hard to decide some days. It's like, should I use PowerPoint or should I use Microsoft Word as my, for all my coding needs. They're both just great. And if there are, make sure the player control script spelled. Yep.
N_sweep says we don't yank, we only jank LUL.
That should be on the t-shirt for the...
Urkama says I think there was some dude that implemented a whole ass game in Google Sheets a while back.
Yeah, I once saw a video, like someone actually did use like Microsoft PowerPoint to do something in it, but I forgot what they did.
Renadin94 says yes, someone made a state machine in PowerPoint.
Oh, that's probably what I saw. Crazy. Yeah, I didn't know about the Google Sheets one. I'd only heard about the PowerPoints. Now that's
Infamous
something to
says,
do,
you
right?
can just do transitions, huh?
No, that's how you take over the entire software category on Twitch. Just start a Microsoft PowerPoint coding stream and then do that. But I don't know. Maybe not like a state machine. Maybe make Doom. That sounds more exciting. That sounds like something Twitch would like. Um,
Orkamus says 5
project
FPS
window.
Doom LOL.
Okay, this is so dumb, but like, I'm like looking at this, slightly confused with the. If there are red underlines in your code, oh, project window. Okay, I forgot what the project window was. It's not the inspector. I was thinking of the inspector, how it like shows your code when as a preview. It's talking about the where all your files are. Let's see. Enter play mode, move the player with the arrow keys or WASD keys. If your player does not move to spec to exit play mode, check the script for any errors, make sure to save it. Your errors would be due to copy and paste. Just saying. If there are errors, try deleting all the code again, see, and repasting it in, then saving it again. Nice. Because you shouldn't copy and paste your grocery list into the, editor. That won't work. So try again. That's my advice for everyone.
94 says, haha, good advice.
Mm-hmm. If you're interested, read through the code and the comments. Lines that start with 2 forward slashes. Oh, good. That's good. If it doesn't work, just copy and paste it again. You obviously suck. It's a skill issue. Suck at copy and paste. Read through the code in the comments. Lines that start with 2 forward slash. See if you can understand some of it. Okay, let's see how much I can understand. Controls player movement and rotation. Last player controller. Player controller inherits from mono behavior. A float, that's speed, which is 5.
Renadin94 says click Control C better.
120. Click Control C. What is this click control? Why is there a click? Private rigid body. Rigid body. Rigid body. Okay, store the rigid body in RB. Per frame, yep. Handle for space movement and rotation, fixed update. Move player based on vertical input.
Renadin94 says when I copy I always click Control C at least 4 times.
Oh, I see. That's smart. I'm dumb and do it once and then it just doesn't. It didn't detect that I did it, and so I always have to go back and try Control C'ing again. I should just do that instead. Huh, who knew you could just do it multiple times and save yourself the effort of switching tabs?
94 says LUL.
Oh, I love that. You wouldn't copy paste a car. Oh my god. That's good. So then have a float, move vertical. I'm dumb. I did kind of forget. Like I am trying to like re-get back into code in C#, but I did kind of forget you could declare and assign into a variable in one line. I did kind of forget that until I just remembered it right now. Oh, you can do this. Move vertical, input.get access vertical. Vector 3, a movement that is type vector 3, transform that forward.
Urkuma says what you usually code in?
Is Exorcism a code editor? Just kidding. By the way, I'm actually referring to this web browser thing. I kid. No, but I use VS
Urkuma
Code.
says, oh, I mean like language.
Oh, I don't know. I thought we were still talking about IDEs. Yeah. I don't know. I'm tempted to say nothing because that's how bad I am at everything, and I'm still learning the basics of syntax for everything. But C# is what I've done the most in, so I'll say C#. But I feel like it's not even fair for me to say C#, you know?
Me says C.
Yeah, I would say that. I'm a beginner. I'm still learning, like, basic things about it. Okay, what were they again? Here. I do have to think about this one for a second. So you're getting vertical input.get access, and this time you're doing get
Urkuma
access.
says dude assembly as a beginner is impressive.
Assembly? Oh, you saw the, you saw it when I did this? Oh, okay. I didn't realize I showed that. Yeah. I haven't actually, like, written really my own assembly, but I was going through, like, a tutorial on it. This was all because of Corrupt. Yeah, I don't think he's here right now. But he was, like, teaching me some assembly. So I know how to read, like, super... If it's, like, Hello World level easy script in assembly, I can, like, read it.
Urkuma says, okay.
Yeah. And that's why I started playing Nan game later on. And then it will look like I didn't do any levels, but that's because I'm in an incognito tab and I lost all my tabs, so now I have to, like, skip through them all again.
Renadin94 says she already created Minecraft in assembly. She's just being humble.
Wow, you're too nice, Renan. Imagine how crazy that'd be. Imagine I did, and I'm just, like, trolling everyone, pretending like I don't know anything.
LOL goals.
Wouldn't that be crazy? It's like, just like, why? But if that were true, I'm pretty convincing, right? Like, you fell for it. You all took the bait. Then it's like, then for you, it's like really like, it's just a prank, bro. That would be weird. Like, I start scrolling through, like, my tabs and I accidentally show something and it's like actually, like, really well written code. I'm like, oops, I didn't know, that's not mine. Imagine.
Urkuma says, yeah, I mean, I didn't know you were a beginner till like 30 seconds ago.
Oh, well, you'll figure it out very fast. I don't even have to tell anyone. You don't have to watch for longer than, like, 10 minutes and you'll figure it out. It's hard to hide it when you get so many things wrong. Anyway, so they're using input.get access, but there's also one that's input.get access raw. And if you use raw, then it will be, the output will be 0 or 1 only. But if you use get access, I think if you use get access, the regular one, it's a float from 0 to 1. So it could be like 0.27, and the number slowly increases to 1 as you're, like, holding it down.
N_sweep says programming is all about getting things wrong.
I am a pro at that. Well, I'm good at that part of it, so yay. Cool. They all be programmers. But it inspires me to,
programmers here?
I'm a wannabe. I'm a baby programmer. Vector 3 movement. Right. So, putting something into a vector 3. Transform.forward. Wait, what was move vertical again? Oh. You put the excess vertical
Brennan
times speed
94
times
says,
time,
I
that
think
fixed
so.
delta time. I don't really know what this transform that forward is. I know about like transform that position. Like you can be like, you know, you can get like X and Y and stuff. What does it mean doing forward? Hey, let's test my Googling skills. Not that this is important, but it's like, you know, I'm curious. Hey, look at that cute doodle. Oh, moves forward. Returns a normalized vector representing the blue axis of the transform in world space. The blue axis, isn't that Z? Yeah. Is that how you get the Z axis? You just use forward instead of dot Z? I think so. I kind of hate that. If that's what it really is, if it's just getting the Z axis, because if you the other ones you use X and Y, so why would you not use Z for the naming? Well, ignoring rotation. Oh, so it's different. I don't even know what vector 3 forward is. Vector 3 forward. Oh wait. Oh, I'm done. Moves the game object.
Artemis says, yeah, forward is Z.
Oh. Oh wait. What is it saying over here? Oh, forward is Z. Okay. Okay, so just getting Z is good enough, I guess. Where did I come from? Oh, here. Let me drag it over so I can find it easier. I'm trying to like imagine it in my head, like.
Artemis says, well,
So
it's
now we're
more
working
Z
3D.
direction, not Z value.
Oh. Z direction, okay. I hate vectors.
Ellie_B314
Hi,
says,
Ellie.
I have returned.
Welcome back. More like Z direction, not Z value. Okay. Fair point. Let me look at my Unity editor real quick. Let me look at the diagram for X, Y, and then where Z is. I'll go back to just so I can think about it for a second, because maybe I can like visualize it better in my head if I like look at it. Oops. X, Y. Yeah, so like Y would be, wait. I get this right. Okay, I see. So in this case, then, you know, Z is for forward, backward, X is for left and right. Right. I was looking at the visual, like, you know, the little cube in the corner of Unity that shows you X, Y, Z. Oh no, Ellie.
Ellie_B314 says, Oomphies, my computer is fucked.
Is it your fault? Let's see. Okay, let me just look at the rest of the code.
Orcamus says, yep. X dash left right, Y dash up down, Z dash forward back.
Thank you, Archimus. So you use Unity? B dot move position. Okay, so this is a rigid body.
Orcamus says yeah till I got laid off.
Aww.
Sad face.
Why are you using plugins? Oh. Start using OBS and immediately go for all these plugins? Are you crazy? Yeah.
N_sweep says at Urcamus sorry to hear it.
I'm sorry, Artemis. But the good news is you had a job, so if you can do it once, you can do it again. For sure. At least
Urcamus says at N_sweep appreciate it.
I hope I'll be able to get one of those things someday in software. Would be nice. Just one, any job. I just want to be able to like get coffee for all the programmers, you know, because they probably work late nights. Like, can't I just at least do that? Can I just work for a company and just be allowed to get them coffee? Like, why? I won't mess the orders up this time. I'll put extra caffeine in them. I'll do anything I need to do. No, a nice producer. Aw.
Orcamus says something a nice producer would do for their
Aw.
team.
No, things like that should be just complimentary everywhere, I think. Aw, thanks, Randy Don.
Brennan94
And then
says
look
you
at
can do it
you.
for sure.
TypeScript
I never
expert.
thought I'd be a programmer.
It's so fun meeting new people. I should like make a bingo card.
N_sweep says same.
I should make a bingo card with like all the programming languages, and then every time I meet someone who knows like a new one that I've
Orcamus
never
says
met,
we did have cold brews and a beer
They get
kick in the
checked off.
office at one point lol.
oh, that's cool. You guys are awesome. Y'all are too cool. By the way, anyone who's here, I already plugged this earlier, but just in case you didn't know, I have a Discord server, so if you guys want to stay in touch, you're all cool and yeah. It would be fun if you want to. It's optional. Just so that I like, don't end up forgetting that people exist. Every now and then, like, someone will come in after, like, many months, and they'll be like, hi, it's so nice to see you again, remember me? I'm like, who are you again? Who are you? I'm sorry. Also, stop changing your name. And then that's how that goes down. So rigid body, that move position, RB. Like, I want to look in my script. So what did I do for movement? Because I didn't use that. Well, I don't think what was used in the thing I was doing. It was. Oh, but you know, it was still on the rigid body. It was basically it was dot velocity. In that case, it was RB dot. It would have been RB dot velocity this instead of move position. So apparently, there's a lot of ways to move something. I don't know which one would be better or why you would want to use move position over something like velocity, to be honest. But maybe velocity has to do with, like, I don't know, slowly speeding up or something. I don't know, honestly, why it would matter which one you pick, but they're different, so it probably does matter. Position plus movement. Okay. Rotate player based on horizontal input. Without turn. Input that get access horizontal. Oh, okay. Times rotation speed. Oh god, I knew. I was like, where's the quaternion? Where is it? They're doing rotation, and I was just waiting for the quaternion to show up. There it is. Sad face. I just have to accept it. I need to not think too hard about it.
Brennan94
I'm
says
not ready
at
for it.
N_sweep nice.
Math. Horizontal rotation speed. Time that fixed delta time.
Orcamus says, are you trying to land a Unity job? Or just hobby stuff?
I would love to land a Unity job. I would love to work any job that's related to software. I'll take any. Even the coffee one. Unity would be even better. Anything with game dev would be even better, but I'm not picky.
Of me says,
Wait, your
Unity
job?
Game Orcamus.
Your job did it specifically revolve around Unity? Because if so, you're the first ever Unity dev, like professional Unity dev who I've ever met. That's cool. If so. Turn to rotation. Turning out Euler. 0 F turn. So this holds a quaternion, and quaternion is... I don't know what this was.
Orcamus says, yeah, I've been doing mobile games since like 2018-ish.
No way! Oh my god. This is so cool. So let me guess, you worked on a lot of free-to-play stuff? Or at least some.
N_sweep says, that's awesome.
I guess it would be hard to do work on lots of different mobile games without at least some of them being free-to-play. Up until very recently, all I played was mobile games, actually. Not... Like, I didn't even have access to a computer to play games on. That's cool.
Orcamus says, yeah, pretty much all free to play.
Aww. That's cute. Yeah, now we kind of have a... Oh my gosh. Well, you're all experts in your own way, but we have a full-on, like, Unity expert. Wow. I'm humbled by your presence. Like, in the previously, up until now, I was just the dirt beneath everyone's feet, but now I'm like, you know, atoms of dirt. Just a few. Beneath your feet.
Orcamus says, what kind of programming do y'all do?
Interpretation.
Of me says Python 6 years. Brennan94 says TypeScript and C.
Ooh, actually, wait, N_sweep does, professional ML stuff.
N_sweep says Python also.
T-Cart, I'm so
ML
sorry.
And data science specifically.
When you said back-end tooling, I read that as back-end trolling for a second, so sorry. Go and see. Oh, go! That kid who's recently been getting really popular and could take over Python one day, which is... Yeah. Yeah, Urkamus is actually, like, has worked with Unity professionally, which is so cool. Of a celebrity.
Urkamus says Verilog. That's like firmware stuff.
Haskell for play. Who says that? Crazy.
Ellie_B314 says FPGA/ASIC stuff.
Wait, so if I just want to be better than all of you, all I have to do is learn OCaml, right? And then I'll just be... Then everyone will worship me? Okay, I forgot what things quaternions hold. Isn't it like 3? It's like 3 different. Oh my god, I don't know.
Orkamus says, God, that's awesome. I remember my VHDL course, hard AF.
Doesn't a quaternion hold 3 complex numbers in it or something? It's like I, J, and K. God, I hate these things. Is that what this is? Is that what the 0F turn 0F is?
Ellie_B314 says, I'm so sorry, friend. VHDL is trash, not like this. Ellie_B314 says Euro seems to be obsessed with it.
Interpretation that you are. See, your dream, your thing that you asked about, Ellie, might come true about adding a channel specifically for game dev. If it keeps up at this rate with more people who actually use Unity, then yeah.
Orkamus says that's why I'm a proud American. N_sweep says LUL.
RPM move rotation. Rotation times turn rotation.
Ellie_B314 says seems good. I need help with my game idea LMFAO. Orkamus says haha me too.
Turn 0F. Move rotation. Rotation. Turn rotation. I just gotta accept it.
Orkamus says there was a video I watched on Quaternions that made it click for me.
Are you gonna send me the 3 blue, 1 brown one? I did watch that. I know it has to do with like rotating things around planes, and then they eventually like cancel each other out, so you end up like looping and
says,
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a way to simplify rotation for the computers, so they don't have to do as much math to get it. But it's I got a basic idea of the premise, but it was a lot.
To the universe.
My brain's small, hard to understand, but I had an idea, so that's good, I guess. I had a vague idea of what was happening.
Sweep says he and Josh Starmer got me through my boot camp.
But I'm right, I believe it's 3... I don't need to know, I guess, all the details of the math part, but it's 3 complex numbers, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's I, J, and K. Quaternions. I feel like I'm just gonna have to, for stupid quaternion stuff, I'm gonna end up having to like copy and paste things into like notes and just like straight up memorize. This is how you do rotation. Unfortunately, for
Ellie_B314 says it's sort of like 3 complex numbers.
And then they're weird. They were weird too because they're not commutative. So the order you multiply them in, it matters because it will like reverse it. It'll like go the other way or something. It's so weird.
Orkamus says I like to just think of it as a transformation you do to a vector/direction, not really worry about how they work internally.
Okay. I'm trying to think about it like that. And if that's all you would need to know to actually like work with them, right? And if so, I'm good with that. I need to just be able to work with it without. Yeah, as long as I can end up making stuff, then it won't have too much of a problem, I suppose. Taking notes for weekend is a good idea.
Ellie_B314 says yeah.
Okay, just learn to make it do what I want. And then let the math be handled by the math people and let Unity handle the heavy lifting and stuff like that. Direction. Set the camera as a child of the player. Right now the camera is stationary, making the experience feel a bit distant and potentially confusing for the actual control of the player character. Making the experience feel a bit distant. Okay. Now you'll position the camera to follow the player in a third-person view, which will be more immersive and intuitive. Is there gonna be more copy paste?
Ellie_B314 says, can a 4x4 matrix replace quaternions?
If you make the camera a child game object of the player game object, in the hierarchy window, it will inherit the player game object's position and rotation. Really? And also maintain a steady view of the player as it moves. Did they already write a script out to do this, or is it just, does the camera do that by default? Wait, let me look at mine, in my Unity right now. Let me look at the main camera.
Orkama says, I think a 4x4 is how a transform is represented. Quad is a 4-component vector.
Oh. Wait, transform? Like Unity's like transform component, like that transform? Like XYZ? Really? I didn't know that.
Orkama says, yeah, transform like those are usually 4x4 matrices.
Oh my god. Oh. Wait, I'm gonna Google that and like look at a picture. I wonder if I'm picturing the right thing.
Brennan94 says, man, working with Unity 2D is simpler. I like my vector 2Ds.
There's a picture. Oh. What in the... Oh my god, are these circuits and stuff? This is like your stuff, Ellie. Is that why you thought of this? Matrix. Yeah, I have no idea how this would...
Orkama says,
Oh,
yet if you get into
wow.
graphics, it's a lot matrices and vectors and crazy math.
Beautiful. Oh, the one that's... Okay. Different kind of matrix. It's funny. There's another one with hardware. Okay, I'll stop looking at the pictures. Yeah, I need to... I know, I just haven't learned...
Says,
I haven't learned it, though.
Crazy Bible thumb.
I need to get up to that point. It would be helpful. But anyway. Well, it's good to know. It's good to be reminded that this is important. A table with 4 rows.
EE4 Ryan says, think of it like a table with 4 rows and
Google
4
it enough
columns.
times and you
gets
learn
easier
it.
to understand.
Okay. But anyway, well, it's good to know. It's good to be reminded that this is important. A table with 4 rows and 4 columns. It gets easier to understand.
EE4 Ryan says, think of it like a table with 4 rows and 4 columns.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I can see it like looks like this, but I can't tell just by looking at it how this is how these things help you learn, like how these apply to things moving in 3D space and how they represent
Ellie underscore
stuff.
B314 says 3v1b series on linear algebra is blessed.
Oh. Guess I should watch it. Yes plus one. Yes plus one to the 3 blue, 1 brown
N_sweep
series
says yes one.
on linear algebra. But you would still need, right? You would still need to learn regular algebra
N_sweep
when
says
you,
yes.
right, before you would go into linear algebra. I suppose. Like, I think so. Like, you would want, like, a decent understanding of like, algebra 1, algebra 2, right?
N_sweep says you're programming, you probably know enough algebra to give it a shot.
You act like you've never seen me do Khan Academy on stream and sweep. Some of the people here know what I'm talking about. Don't you? Corrupt's not here. Corrupt
really
knows well,
depends
but
what kind of programming you want to do.
ah, okay, I see. I'm sure there's probably like a few people who know. I mean, that's why I have math in the name of this stream. I know. Oh, you know, and
Sweep says I know how you feel, but give yourself more credit, LUL.
Okay. Yeah, you're too nice. I don't think it's just numbers, it's really easy when you think.
TE4 Ryan says I don't really get just numbers, but it was really easy when you think about it in relation to actual concepts where it can be used. You understand what the numbers actually mean. Like you can say a 3D coordinate is 3x1 matrix x, y, z.
Okay. So you have X, Y, and Z. Yeah. Okay, I'm pretending I didn't see this thing about the Matrix. Are we in the Matrix? What was I? One hit the player game out position rotation.
TE4 Ryan says XD.
Tell me, please correct me if I'm wrong, but like, I don't think this is default behavior for a camera. Like, it's just something they probably did. I mean, I don't have their project. I downloaded it, but I don't have it like open because you know it takes time to load a Unity project up. I'm lazy, but I'm pretty sure this isn't. It doesn't just start like this. Like you always have to make like a script for like the camera to do stuff, like follow things, right? Actually, let me watch the video. It will probably show if there's something on it. Where's main camera? Oh wait, okay. Or is it? Maybe it really is default. I can't see because they didn't scroll down. I can't see if there's a script on the camera.
Urkamus says I'm a slow reader, LOL. I don't know what the question is.
Oh, sorry, Urkamus. So they're saying if you make the camera a child game object of the player game object, it will inherit the game object's position and rotation and just like follow it. But I was thinking like I don't think that's default behavior for a camera. To just drag it onto something and then just moves with it. I didn't think it was. Right. I was thinking like they probably have like a custom script or something on the written on the camera or for that. You can just do that. Oh wow.
Ellie_B314 says, nah, you can just do
Oh,
that.
because that's what... Oh, that's what the guy was saying earlier. Because that's why whenever you make something a child of something, then it's transformed, becomes local. That's why. Because it just does this for everything. It's a feature. Oh. That's how you were doing yours? Oh, wow. Long says rotations that are local to the parent object.
Ellie_B314 says, since the camera is a child,
that's one way to
all
do
offsets,
it. Okay.
rotations, etc. are local to the parent object.
So this is funny. So earlier today, I was very confused why I was spawning something in a spawner, but the Y coordinate, I was making the object that spawned have the same coordinate as the spawner, but the Y coordinate wasn't matching up, and I didn't understand why, and for like an hour I couldn't figure it out or something. And then someone came in who actually used Unity, came into the chat, and they were like, that's because that your Y that you're looking at, your script is working, but the Y you're looking at is the local Y. Because it was a child of another object, and I didn't know that, so I thought that I was looking at the global, so I thought my script wasn't working, but it was working. So I was stuck on that for like, but then now it's come up again, so that's cool. Like making that connection like that. It also works the same if you use like a camera as a child too. Thank you guys. Basic dings. And how can we look at the main camera? Main camera game object. Click and drag the main camera game object into player character, making it a child game object. See the main camera object, indent on the player character. Yep. In the transform, put a main camera game object. Reset all the position and rotation values to 0. I see. So it'll just be exactly where the lined up with the parent. Because it's local. I wonder if they're gonna point. They should point that out early on. I think it would be good if they actually say that, like, this is local and not global. But I don't think they do. I think that would have been good though for beginners, because it tripped me up today. Now that the main camera game object is a child game object, its position, rotation are okay. I should have just kept reading instead of saying that. Its position and rotation are relative to its parent game object. If only I had seen this earlier. You know what? I don't have any regrets going through this Unity Essentials. Lol. This happens so much when I stream. I ask a question and I'm like, I don't know the answer, and then I think about it for like, or I just like, I'm very confused, and then I read the next sentence and it answers the question, and I'm like, God damn it! If I just had read the next sentence, I wouldn't have spent all the time asking. Oh, okay. It's normal for good.
That happens for programmers in general, I feel.
Nsweep knows. Nsweep has seen this happen many times, haven't you, when I've streamed, where I'm like, I don't know what the answer to this, and then I read the next, whatever it is, like on Exorcism or wherever, I read the next part, and I'm like, oh,
says, ask somebody
that's
for
why.
Help. Immediately realizes the answer.
Oh, damn it. Yeah, cool. I feel less alone. To reset these values quickly, select the More context menu in the upper right corner of the transform component and select Reset. Oh, one nice thing. This More thing reminded me. Thanks for
N_Sweep says, thanks for helping me talk through that.
So you're saying, Nsweep, that all of you are like, you're all my therapists, my programming therapists. You kind of, I don't think about it, kind of are. Because whenever I'm like stuck and confused and I need someone a shoulder to cry on because I'm so distraught by the problem I'm tackling, you guys are there for me.
Programming.
Rubber ducks. Yes. But who cares about rubber? Who needs rubber ducks when you have your viewers? Wait, what if I call you duckies at the beginning of the stream? Like, hi, hey duckies. That's what you guys can be. That'd be pretty cute. Because Ellie was saying earlier, he's like, "Hey nerds," but I'm like, I don't know. It's like saying nerds would be Dougie sounds cute. I first learned about the rubber duck thing though from Harvard CS50, because I didn't know why their mascot was a duck, and then someone mentioned it in the chat. They were like, it's because of what you said, rubber duck programming, or yeah, talk to the duck. Oh, nice.
Brennan94 says I did CS50.
Cool. Yeah, I have it. I've been going through it too, but just sparingly. Because I want us to do more like follow something that has like a curriculum, and then relearn some of like the basic stuff that I forgot. Oh, I was gonna say that this reminds me. So the nice thing that came out from this morning when I found out, when something is a child, you see the local position, is from that. I did learn that in the menu, you can, well, maybe not this one in particular, but one of the 3 dots, you can set it to like debug mode, and it will show you more information about the stuff. Like it shows clearly like the X, Y, and Z were local, because it literally labels them as local, but it didn't show the global, which is kind of sad.
Brennan94 says yeah, I think CS50 is actually really good, but I do think it jumps in difficulty
right.
quite extremely very quickly. I'm not sure how beginners really handle it.
Yeah. Well, I'm still on like I finished the week 0, which was Scratch. That's what they do now. And then the next one, I'm on that one where they introduce the beginnings of like C. And then there's a lot of videos. Like it goes over after the like I once looked at CS50 in the past, and they changed a lot of it. Like where there's a lot more content. There's a lot more extra videos that you can watch now. You can watch the main lecture, and then there's like 6 lectures called shorts, but they're not really short because they're like 20-25 minutes long. But then they go into more detail about like what data types are and how you work with them and see, and also like how the stuff is stored, and like
Brennan94 says yeah, the lections will be extremely useful for you to learn basics on how things work under the hood.
Oh, I guess you mean lecture. For a second I was like, is a lectine like a quaternion? But no, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, CS50 is really cool. The camera should now be positioned at the exact same position rotation as the player. Oh yeah, I just read that. In the scene view. Adjust the camera's position.
Says, yeah, damn it, my grammar is crazy bad. I must be tired. Haha, Jesus.
Nah. You should see some crazy things I say live. A lot of self-study.
Skarka says, lot of self-study. I have watched a little bit of CS50 to see how it goes, and difficulty jump is about the same or less what I had in uni.
Oh, cool. And now they have all these like guests they invite on CS50, like the one from 2023 is what I was like. They actually just made a new one that just came out like a week ago. Like it's new, but I'm still gonna go for the 2023 one because that's the one that I was already starting to do. But they just like re-record the lectures and like add, switch stuff up. I guess every time they re-record it, every year they like record the lectures now for each CS50. But with the 2023 one, it was kind of cute. They featured Spot as a guest, Boston Dynamics Spot, and that was actually kind of cute. And then I was streaming it, and I was watching the lectures, and then someone came into the Twitch chat, and they were like, "Oh, a doggy," and it was pretty cute too. Wait, and Sweep, you were there while I was watching one of the CS50 lectures, remember? The girl with like who was playing the mole game where she was like bobbing her head everywhere? Remember that in Sleep? But I'm pretty sure that was you. Tell me that was you. And I'm not crazy. I'm pretty sure it was you. And I thought it was so funny. I'm like, why did he ask her?
N_sweep says,
Like,
oh yeah, I remember
it was
that.
really funny because he asked this girl, he asked like, can I get a volunteer? Can I get a volunteer? And they don't know what they're volunteering for. So the girl raises her hand and then he brings her up and he's like, I want you to play this like mini
N_sweep
game.
says, I was going to say I don't remember seeing Spot, but I definitely remember that crazy
Spot,
game, LOL.
Spot was from like an earlier lecture. But that day, at least you saw that one that I was watching. Semi-simple stuff, manipulating two-dimensional rays. Oh my god.
Brennan94 says, well, it goes from semi-simple stuff into manipulating two-dimensional arrays. I think that's quite a big jump for a beginner since they don't go through that in lectures. But maybe they've improved the material since I took the course.
I see. They use right now, it's Scratch at the beginning,
Ortema
week
says
0.
what language they use in that course?
Scratch, C, and then they use SQL, and then Python. And they have you do all those. I mean, or you know, SQL, like SQL doesn't matter.
Brennan94 says which is good.
And and then some JavaScript, HTML, and CSS because they want to introduce you to like those two in 1 week, in one of the weeks. So all those ones, all of them.
N_sweep says that is an interesting progression.
Yeah. Well, it might not exactly be in that particular order, but they do go through all of those at some point in various levels of detail. The idea, supposedly, of CS50, they said this at the beginning, was that like they want people to have enough knowledge so that when they're done with CS50, they can learn any language.
Says, I see.
Yeah, they can go off and learn any language they want or go into any area of software and they'll have enough knowledge to like start to understand what they're looking at. And like where, you know, like just like where they can go and have a good like roadmap. I think that's kind of cool that they're trying to do that. But yeah, I thought it was interesting too when I was reading like through the beginning of the course and seeing like what they're going to talk about. I was like, oh wow, it made me want to do CS50. Just the fact that I'll get to learn more about like other types of all the things, like including SQL, which I know like basically nothing about. And then I wanted to learn C as well. Well, C++ in particular, but still, you know. In the scene view, adjust the camera's position to be slightly above and behind the player. Enter play mode and use the arrow WSD keys to rotate the player. Feel free to adjust the camera's position and rotation.
Brennan94 says, I really enjoyed the sequel part of the CS50 course I took.
Oh, so yours did cover. Yours had sequel too. Oh, that's exciting. Oh. Oh, that's cool.
Brennan94 says you had to solve like a mystery by tabling database tables.
Is that something you hear often? To play mode, use arrow or WSD keys to rotate the player. Feel free to adjust the camera's position, rotation relative to the player.
Brennan94 says, yeah, I felt like a detective, LOL.
Oh, that's cool. If the camera starts behind the left wall, you may need to move the player forward a bit into the room. You will now have a more satisfying gameplay experience. Why would the camera start behind the left wall, though? If you adjust it so that it's where you want it to be, then why would it end up moving or appear behind a wall? Oh, like maybe if you were looking at it from a different angle when you adjusted the camera and then you didn't realize it was like too far out or something. Maybe that. Okay. I think... Okay, yeah. The video like froze and wasn't playing. Cute. Edit player properties in play mode. Editing player properties while in play mode is a dynamic way to fine-tune the behavior and characteristics of your player character while observing the effects of changes. Command line. What? Command line murders?
Garcus says at Renadin94 sounds very similar to command line murders,
That sounds
a way to
cool.
learn bash commands by solving a mystery by reading/pulling needed data from files using CLI only.
Wait, where do you find those? Maybe I should try Googling it. Command line? That sounds fun. I love when people make games out of this type of stuff. Like, I love this kind of thing. Let's see. Command line murders.
N_sweep says, whoa, yes, that sounds awesome.
Whoa. Oh, so people make these. Like, there's different ones. Yes.
N_sweep says, are you guys familiar with Space Traders?
No. What's that? I know about, the only thing I know, there's that one game that's called, like, I forget what it is. But it uses, I think, JavaScript. It's that one
Ryan
game.
says no.
Creeps? I think that's what it's called. Screeps. That one. Has anyone tried that? I saw some bad reviews on it. About the monetization of that
says
game.
automation/trading game with no GUI.
There's an API. Oh. Oh, wow. Space Traders. Ooh, done it. I don't know what that is. But this is some interesting stuff. I kind of want to, I don't know. I'm going to screenshot the chat right now. Because this is stuff that I feel like I want to, like, look at later.
Renadin94 says, I tried a bit of Adventureland though. It's a code MMORPG. You can automate everything.
Oh my god. Adventureland. That's cool. Okay, let's save this. Codegames.png. I wish Unity's documentation was as nice as Microsoft's C# documentation. Microsoft's C# documentation is so nice, isn't it? It's just so, compared to like all the others, it's just so nice. It's so beginner friendly. Where was I? Editing player properties while in play mode is a dynamic way to fine-tune the behavior and characteristics of a player character while observing the immediate effects of those changes. Remember, anything you've changed while in play mode is only temporary and will not be saved. To save your changes, you'll need to exit play mode, make those edits again, save your scene. Enter play mode, and then select your player character in the hierarchy window. Look at the new speed and rotation speed properties. Played here, they're at it when you saved your script. Modify these speed and rotation speed values and spectrum values. Remove the player with the arrow to base D keys. For example, make the player move and rotate more slowly. Take note of the values you prefer for speed and rotation speed, then exit play mode. The values revert back when you return to the scene view.
N_sweep says at Renatan94 yes, Space Traders is a lot like that. Less mature, still in a self-described alpha state.
Oh. That's cool. What language does it teach? Is it for
Renatan94 says nice.
Is it for teaching a language, or is it for teaching trading? Or what is it? What does it do? Or maybe it's just more like a game. Oh.
N_sweep says it's just an API, so it's language agnostic.
Oh. I didn't realize APIs were language agnostic. Weren't people saying earlier that for like Twitch bots or whatever that you use like Python or JavaScript, but if you don't use those, then you can't use the
says
API?
Meaning you implement an API or like it's on the internet. N_sweep says it's an API on the internet. You play the game by making requests to it.
Oh. How is it different from the Twitch one that people were saying that if you don't use JavaScript or Python, you can't use Twitch's API or something?
Renatan94 says is it free? It must be expensive otherwise. N_sweep says that's not quite true. It's just that there are existing SDKs for Python and JavaScript.
Oh, thank you, Unsweep. Does SDK stand for like software development kit? Something like that.
N_sweep says LMAO the TDS saying JavaScript.
JavaScript. I'm gonna call it that. Will it bother you? Will it bother you if I say that right on? JavaScript. Oh, thank you, Zinsweep.
N_sweep says at salttoserenity yes, software development kit.
You know, it's nice when people like talk to you and like help you out, but somehow it's like
Renatan94 says maybe if I type JavaScript it will say it correctly.
It did not. Wait, I can make it. Wait, I bet if you say it like this. Wait, I'm gonna try this. I can wait. I wanna.
N_sweep says LUL.
Oh, I think we all sent like a message at the same time.
Salttoserenity says JavaScript.
Okay, that was really wrong. Okay, why did it do that? JavaScript, that's worse.
Orkama says Java.
Yours... Okay. JavaScript, no, guys.
Renatan94 says JavaScript.
I kind of want to refer to it as JavaScript from now on to like mess with people.
Orkama says how the Swedes say JavaScript.
Oh. Easiest to handle. Because then it's gonna, that's gonna really annoy people, especially like new viewers who come to the stream and I'm just like, JavaScript. I'm learning JavaScript. Like, it's gonna bother people and they're gonna want to say something. I mean, you can get famous in like a good way or a bad way.
B314 says the life and death of JavaScript, Gary Bernhardt.
Oh no, I missed yours.
TE4 Ryan says damn it.
Oh my god. I love seeing when everyone types how like everyone has like a different color. It's like a rainbow. That was the way I was trying to get it to pronounce it correctly, but let me try again, not do what I just did. I'm trying something else. I'm kind of just
Nordic
copying
way
from
of
someone.
Pronouncing JavaScript actually sounds pretty good.
Oh.
Salttoserenity says Java script.
Ugh. I know. The VA cut to.
N_sweep says LUL.
I bet Urkamus gonna get it. Oh, I love TDS.
TE4 Ryan says Imma try again. JavaScript.
To try. And copy Urkamus' answer. See if Urkamus did get it.
Salttoserenity says JavaScript.
Urkamus, you did it. You did it. You're the first one. Congratulations. This is why you're the professional Unity developer.
Ryan says XD.
You've proven that you weren't lying. This is the living proof. I'll give you here. What's that command for like the add points or something? I'll try it. Add points. Urkamus. I crown you the winner of engineer. Hi.
Renatan94 says I'm promoting you to senior.
Yes, that's how you can promote it. Heck yeah. Oh, thank you, Paul. Thank you. When you asked what am I working on, Master Keith.
Urkamus says LOL. No, that means more responsibility.
I was thinking like they don't want to know what we've been working on. We're working on getting the TTS to pronounce JavaScript not as JavaScript.
Master Ricket 117 says Master
No, I was
Keith
supposed
brother.
to be. I was supposed to be learning Unity, but I got caught up in this. Wait, Urkamus. Oh wait, I just spelled your name wrong. Urkamus. You get. You get 15. That's good. Oh, okay, I think it worked. Yeah! And then when you reach 100, I shouldn't be saying this to people. But when you reach 100, when you reach 100, you get to change one of my Visual Studio Code syntax colors, and then I have to deal with whatever color you pick in hex code. Yeah, not the most. I'm learning the very basics of working with Unity and basic concepts, so it's not too big of a deal right now.
Renatan94 says halfway there.
But yeah, eventually I do want to make my own things. But I'm open to making a wide range of different things. I kind of just mostly want to develop my skills and just be inspired by the world around me and the wonderful people in chat as I make things, What did they say at the beginning of this Unity thing? At the beginning of this says something about like infinite possibilities or something, like yada yada, all that. Oh dang, you guys have a lot of I'm actually slightly concerned how many Saltbits people are collecting so quickly. Like my Visual Studio Code might start looking very bad soon. I was thinking it was going to take. That's why I made it the absolute minimum, one Saltbit every 10 minutes. But then I guess it's my fault for streaming too much.
Brennan94 says one of the first things that people typically do is, you create a scene.
I've done that, I think. Well, I don't know if I got input before. I think I did. But yeah, I've made a console application. I was once I got into Unity and realized that scripting is hard, and also that it's hard, I was like, wow, I need to go take some time to not do Unity anymore and actually learn some C#. So then I started going through like an actual just C# course. And they were going through like different, like, you know, and then made a few like console-y things, and learned some of like the basics of the syntax, and learned what the hell .NET was, kind of, which I still may or may not exactly know what all the things, but you know, it's like
Brennan94 says nice.
Yeah, that their whole like infrastructure that like C# is a part of. That's the best I can say. Yeah. Their whole ecosystem. Wait, did I end up reading this? Yeah, I did. I was just watching the video. Okay, that's right. Properties, yes. Oh yeah, there was the play mode stuff that they're talking about. Your changes don't save. Yeah, they don't. Oh yeah, by the way, because so many people here are like new. If you ever see me, you know, if you ever have suggestions for how I can improve, like on anything, or if you think, you know, just anything, like just point it out. Like I love it when people do that. Just so you know, it does not hurt my feelings at all. It makes me happy. Or I'm talking about like also like writing clean code and naming variables in a consistent way, like that type of thing. Like, what do they call it? Yeah, those things. What is it? What are they? I can't think of the word though for it.
Brennan94 says
standards,
right,
like just coding. Yeah, just like coding standards, and just it's a better practice to write it in this way, or to break it up into 2 lines, because then it improves readability. Like those are things like I want to learn, and so I don't mind if you say anything. It's really helpful. Yeah. Oh my god, there was this one time I was doing a coding problem on exorcism, and I named all my variables with like different. I didn't realize I did it, but I had named all my variables with different naming conventions. Like one of them was using like snake case, and then the other one was like one had caps, and then one had like was like written in all lowercase, and someone was like, "This bothers me," and then I went and renamed all my variables. Like, why are you doing this? It's funny. This is important, but I just kind of want to see what it looks like at 1.5 and 200 or whatever. Oh, okay. Review and proceed to next tutorial. Congratulations on adding your first script to control the player as it navigates throughout the room. Here are some of the things you learn how to do along the way. Explain how code is edited in the Unity project. As we already learned in Microsoft PowerPoint and Microsoft Word. Make a new script component. Add a script component to a game object. Open IDE from the Unity editor. Assign a camera as a child game object that follows the player. Adjust component properties temporarily in play mode game view. I just realized, okay, this is so stupid and pedantic, but technically, well, English can be ambiguous, but technically you could interpret this sentence as you added your first script to the player like once it was navigating the room, then you drop the script on it. I'm just saying, but obviously I get what it's saying though. Manage game object prefabs, create a game object component with a script, work with game object components, create the camera for a scene. Did we do that in this one? I guess they did have you drag a prefab. Does that really count as management? But it was I don't know why I'm just feeling like a 4 this time. 5, 4. I'm gonna go with this one actually. Oh, rotating. I want to see those quaternions. Where are you?
Orcamus says, wow, it gates you from moving on until you give feedback.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even realize that. I never paid attention. Like, oh, I can't move on to, yeah. Hey, they gotta collect that data. How else do you think you're gonna get people to... Remember, Unity Learn is free, so they need the... Oh, it's funny you notice that. Detail. Minor details. Okay. So now that we read that, let's back to the other thing that I was doing. Aha! This one's actually mine. This one's my Unity.
Brennan94 says, does it kick you out if you give it a 1-star rating?
Oh, I already did that, and I didn't get kicked out. I actually did, because I got, like, annoyed that they were... Okay, so you know, like, the physics, what are they saying? Oh, God. Physics... something. Collider or something? I don't remember what it was. But they kept saying, like, physics and physic interchangeably. There was that. But also then something else in there, too. Oh, yeah. It was just like they were... Because they updated the tutorial recently, they updated the Essentials pathway. There's a lot of... Like, for the learning objectives, there's a lot of old learning objectives that they don't actually teach in that lesson because they forgot to change them. They just, like, copied and pasted it from the old version, so it doesn't, like, line up anymore with what they're teaching in the tutorial. So there was that, too. Oh, no, the one that wasn't the 1-star, though. That was more like a 3-star. The 1-star one was where, actually, I'm glad you said this, because I actually don't know. I still don't know the answer to this question. Because I didn't like... They introduced something, but they didn't explain it. And it was... So in the Unity editor... Wait, let me look at my editor, because I'll probably remember it. It was... What was it? Oh my god. It was something to do with here. Let me spawn a cube or something. Maybe I'll remember what it was. I can always just, like, go back and look. But it was something with... because I was playing with, like, cubes to try to figure out what its purpose was. Here's it, random cube. Oh, yes, it's this. No, not that. Center and pivot. Like, I don't get... They introduced this. So, like, you can change it to center. They'll keep it on center, because if it's pivot, it's going to be halfway in the ground. But then they didn't explain, like, what's the point? Like, there's no way that they would make a setting just to put your thing halfway in the ground. Like, it has to be used for something else, but I can't figure out what it's used for, because nothing else seems to change when I switch it to pivot. Like, nothing. I tried. Well, there has to be something. I just don't know what it is. So I gave it a 1-star review for introducing this concept, but not explaining what its purpose was. Pivot versus center. That's it. That's the only one I rated 1 stars.
Peach Teolingo says you can turn your game 3D.
Yeah, everything in Unity is actually 3D. In Unity, yeah, even 2D games are actually 3D, but just shown, on like a plane in a 3D environment. But you'll never know as the player. But isn't that cool? But everything actually is.
Peach Teolingo says, interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was super cool a year ago when I first learned about Unity. I was like, no way! My mind's blown. But yeah, I don't know what the purpose of pivot and center is. Other than the fact that when you drag in like a cube or something or a prefab, if it's in pivot, your thing will start halfway in the ground. That's all I know. I don't see what the point of that is. But you can always like drag it out of the ground. Why is it so far up? Wait, I already know how to move down. Okay.
Brennan94
0,
says
0.
I'm not sure when I spawn something in, I usually just reset its position to 0, 0, 0.
There was also, that reminds me too that now that you said that, there was this weird thing where I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong. In one of the tutorials they said where an object spawns in when you drag it in, by default, like the X, Y, and Z is based on whatever object you last framed, like you did this on in the scene, like it's based on that location. But then later on in a quiz they said that it's always spawns at 0, 0, 0. So they just like refuted what they said.
Local origin. Center is based on the geometry.
Oh. So then what will it do other than putting the thing? I don't even know why it starts halfway in the ground for stuff. Here, let me make a prefab of this cube. Let me make make another cube. I wish I didn't delete my cube prefab now.
Orkama says, and for 2D stuff, you can move the pivot around.
Oh. Because I was only playing it with it exclusively in 3D. I didn't realize it would do something special for 2D. Oh, I should play in 2D too. Well, I do have this circle. Let me go to... Okay, I'm on pivot. Come here. Okay, I don't notice anything, but maybe it's just because it's a circle. In 3D. Oh, wait, okay. Oh, yeah. Let me...
Ellie_B314
This is sad, but I already
says,
forgot.
Alrighty, you've convinced me.
What did I... Convinced you to what? I convinced you a long time ago. Why'd you take so long?
Ellie_B314 says, first stream, in like 3 years, I'll start in about 20 minutes.
What was the thing I was looking at? I made the cheat sheet I made about... Oh, there it is. Moving. Because I maybe already forgot. Okay, one thing that's always kind of annoyed me is how much of a pain it is to move up and down. Like, like on the Y axis. Like, you have like fly-through mode, where you can go Q and E. But it's annoying that you can't just use Q and E when you're not in fly-through mode. I don't know. Positioning in 3D space is kind of annoying, but maybe It seems like you're supposed to use the orbit tool a lot, and I don't really use that very much because it's like weird. Anyway. Cube. Oh wait, you know what? Actually, no, I have this as a prefab. I saved it. No, I didn't. I deleted it. Just kidding. Well, now it can be a prefab again. So when it was in pivot, it was like, there. Like this. This is the only thing that I found out at the time. Yeah, see? If it's center, it's on the top. If it's pivot, it's like partially in the ground. I don't know why that happens. But then you said, Erkemis, that local center is based on geometry. So local to, what is it local to? Wait, does it change the way, oh yeah, it doesn't change what X, Y, and Z are displayed as, I think. Or does it? 16.84. No. Or maybe to use pivot, you're supposed to like pick something that it should be local to. I don't know. Local is in the origin of the object as opposed to the global origin.
Erkemis says local as in the origin of the object, as opposed to the global origin.
Oh. Oh, cool. So then which part would change in the editor when you're using center and pivot? In at least in 3D. Maybe you're not even supposed to really use it in 3D. Because you mentioned like in 2D, you can like move something around like a pivot point. Or is that what you're supposed to do? Am I supposed to, are you supposed to like do something else, like drop a point down or something? But yeah, this is the only tutorial I gave 1 star to. They didn't explain it. 2D for 3D, I think the first control with the mesh.
says I believed it. Maurice, a thing for
thank
2D.
you.
For 3D,
Has
I
to do
think the
with-
pivot is controlled by the mesh you import.
Okay. That makes sense. This cube prefab will stay now. In case I want to use it again for something else, I don't know. Okay, I'll grab a... Let me see if it does something. Now I'm going to use 2D, because I haven't really played with it in 2D. I'm going to use center. And grab a ghost, because they're cute. Okay. And then pivot. Ghost. Okay, I didn't notice anything changing. What is this? Oh, okay, it's circle in the middle?
Erkemis
Yeah.
says so, that circle in the middle.
There is this weird circle. Should I try touching it? Oh. Yeah. How do I interact with the circle?
Erkemis says you should be able to move the around relative to its corners.
Okay. To its corners. How do I do it? This isn't what it's supposed to be, right? Just like dragging. Probably not. Oh, looks like in center the circle stays there. Oh, I didn't mean to open the prefab.
Erkemis says I forget with the sprite renderer, You might have an easier time if you create an image object.
Oh, because I'm using a... Okay. I see. Okay. 2D objects. Ooh. Wait, what's an image object? That's right. Map. Thank you. Hyperclick UI. UI. Oh, it's under UI.
Orkama says so in here. RC right click UI image.
Thank you. Oh, part of, okay. Oh, there it is. This one's on center, but pivot. Oh, okay. Oh, now I can move. Okay. So I couldn't interact with this when it was a,
Orkama says yes,
sprite
so
render.
those objects have a rect transform, where you can control the pivot.
Oh, thank you. So, okay, so it's related to this component, rect transform. That's so interesting. The pivot.
Orkama
there it is,
rotate
anchor and
around
pivot.
Z, I think.
So this is changeable. Oh, wait. Oh, this just moves the pivot thing. Rotate around Z. And try. Like, changing. Oh. I can't get it to change.
Orkama says that's position Z, need rotation Z.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Rotation. Oh, here. Oh, wow. Oh, I see how it's going around. I see what it's doing. Yeah. How it's like... Weird. Thank you.
Orkama
Okay,
says
so pivot
it
has
rotates
a
about the pivot.
purpose. Around the pivot. That also explains why it's called pivot. Because it goes around, because it pivots. It's amazing. Thank you. Okay. Eat all these things. Also, I thought I read there was a thing, but it didn't work for me, where if you hit like Control Delete, it'll delete stuff, but I couldn't get that to work. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
94 says cool, I learned something new as well.
Oh, cool, Rennie! You're learning things. Pinching the object with your fingers and spinning it. Oh.
Orkama says sorry, can you repeat?
Oh, I think it was supposedly like if you select things, I don't know exactly where, maybe in the hierarchy, if you hit like Control Delete on your keyboard, then you're able to delete them, but I couldn't get that to work. There was something where they said like Control Delete, but then I just use the Unity. It was a freaking Unity Learn site saying like you can use Control Delete, and then it didn't work.
Orkama says I think just delete works.
Delete. Okay. Oh, it doesn't work for me. Sad. Does it? Maybe like Alt. Okay, that doesn't work either. No, I don't know why. What's wrong with my delete key? Wait, oh. Why does this one have a blue? You see this? It has like a blue line. Did I do that? I did that, didn't I? I don't know what I just did.
Orkama says more on Windows.
Oh yeah. Oh, your Mac or Linux. But what did I just do here?
Brennan94 says I think because they are prefabs.
Yeah, but there's like a blue, oh. But you see there's like a blue line here on the corner?
Urkamus says no, I'm Windows. I would have thought delete works TBH.
Oh, is it because, oh wait, I actually don't know. Like one of the prefabs has a blue line, but this other ghost doesn't have one for some reason.
Brennan94 says oh, that blue line. Never mind.
Yeah. Interesting, yeah, I don't know why delete key doesn't. But that's okay, I can always just right click delete things. I think I did this when I was like playing with the delete key. I like put a line on the side of the hierarchy or something. I don't know what this is. Oops. I wonder if I can do it again. Or maybe not. I don't know why that happened. Oh, okay.
Urkamus says maybe there's keybinds in the editor settings.
Yeah. Okay, for a second I was thinking there was a blue line because it's like, oh, maybe I have this ghost selected. But that's actually not the reason why. Weird, weird, weird. But if I command Z, will the blue line go away until everything's gone? There it is, gone now. So let me just redo that. So I did something at that point in time. Resize? Oh, okay, I'll try resizing this. Oh, okay, so if I change it, if I resize it, then they just have a blue line. Because maybe they're different. I know what it is, because the
Urkamus says blue line apparently
That's
means
cool.
It's changed from the original prefab.
I did not know that, so now I have a visual indicator if I need to do an override on the prefab. Oh, thank you,
Brennan94 says gotta head off to bed.
Thank you for hanging out for so long.
Was a fun stream.
Was
Nice
so
meeting
fun.
you guys.
Thanks, hope I'll get to see you again. Don't abandon me. And also hope you, if you want to join the Discord, I hope I see you there. Especially in the day. Some days I can't stream, so I like seeing what everyone posts.
Urkamus says bye, nice to meet you, hey guys.
Super nice to meet you. You're awesome, Rennie. Maybe in the future, if I'm successful in what I'm doing,
Brennan94 says bye.
Laughing face. I hope maybe I can be the Twitch channel that spawns the most game devs who come out, with viewers who like come out with working games. That would be cool. And more noteworthy than any other metric I could possibly use for channel success. Okay. Can't believe it's already 6 p.m. I bet it's... Wait, Rennie, did you leave now? Okay, they left. Wait, no, they didn't. Or maybe they did. Wait, are you still there, Rennie? Okay, yeah, maybe they're gone. But I'm thinking like they're East Coast, if it's bedtime.
PE4 Ryan says yo.
Yo. Okay, get rid of these. Learning so many little things, useful things.
Urkamus says West Coast, Best Coast.
Oh my god, I always say that. Yes, West Coast, Best Coast, East Coast, East Coast. Surprisingly, you're the first person I've met on the West Coast in a very long time, because everyone I've been meeting is the East Coast for some reason. It's a sign. I'm actually going to the East Coast. I'm sad. I'm sorry. I'm going to the East Coast. Gang. My life's over. I don't know how I'll survive. I don't know how I'm going to become a software dev when there's no software jobs. then it just means that they have to be so good that somebody would possibly hire me for remote work.
Peach Teolingo says WFH Dev Gang.
Dev Gang. Okay, what was I? Oh yeah, I got distracted by the thing where I was like, what's pivot and center? Thank you guys for letting me go on that tangent and rant. I should never going back.
Orcamus says.
Alright.